Hi, my name is Patricia Hokenson, and I am a fiber artist. Fiber is a huge subject today, and there is a lot that you can do with it. I would like to say that nobody in the world of fiber has ever done it all or will ever do it all. We are going to concentrate on hand looms. This is a hand loom, and this is a hand loom, 4x4 and the 2x2 inch hand looms. They were popular from the mid-30s into the early 70s, and then they fell out of favor in the craft world. But they are enjoying a resurgence of interest. The nice thing about these hand looms, Blue Butterfly original hand looms, is that you can use the heavier yarns that are so popular today. The vintage looms, which you can only find on eBay, unless you just happen to find one in a secondhand shop somewhere, are best for light sock weight yarn, and that's fine. But so many yarns today are heavier yarns. This is a designer yarn bought at a fiber festival. Again, a heavier yarn, another heavier yarn, all different kinds of yarns. You can double warp and weave on these looms. You can use ribbon. You can use a combination of ribbon and yarn. This square came off the 2x2 inch loom, and it was hand felted into what is called an inchy. These are little inchy magnets. This yarn is Patton's variegated yarn, lovely. Variegated yarn felted will give a lovely spontaneous effect. And this is what I made with it, a scarf and a hat using the 4x4 loom and the 2x2 loom. This scarf was made with a variety of looms, 4x4, 2x2, 2x4, and 4x8. It was not felted, which is unusual for me, but a variety of yarns were used. Some acrylic wool combinations, and some 100% wool combination. So, the hand looms lend themselves to a variety of projects, and now, how do you achieve these squares? How do you go from this loom and yarn to something like this? I would like to show you the vintage looms, two of the vintage looms that I have. They were bought on eBay. The base is of Bakelite plastic. They are what I call fine gauge looms. This is a square that was woven on this vintage loom. It is sock weight yarn. Because the designer yarns today that are so popular today are heavier and bulkier, you cannot use them on a Bakelite vintage loom. You will bend the needles or you will break the loom. So just like you have fine gauge knitting needles and fine gauge crochet hooks, you have different gauges of the hand looms. By all means, go on eBay and have fun bidding to buy your vintage looms, but you will be limited to the type of yarn you can use. This is a 2x2 Blue Butterfly hand loom. As you can see, the pins are nails. They're heavier. They can take the heavier yarn. Again, 4x4, the pins, nails, they can take the heavier yarn. 2x4 Blue Butterfly loom, 2x6, 2x8, a 6x6, and then we have a 4x8 and a 4x8 hand loom. It has a choice of the wooden pegs or the metal pins. Obviously, there are more metal pins in the same area as there are wooden pegs. So your weave, your finished piece of woven fabric on a 4x8 hand loom with the metal pins will be a tighter weave than it would be on a 4x8 with the wooden pegs. And that would be a consideration for the type of yarn you're using, the effect you want to achieve in your project. Same thing with the 8x8. You have a choice. wooden pegs, metal pins. Again, your selection will be based upon the type of yarn you want to use, the final effect you wish to achieve for your project. Tools that you need to weave all these fun looms. Scissors, long weaving needles. If you go to Joann fabric stores, back in their upholstery section, they have very long upholstery needles. You might want to consider that if you feel you need a really long needle for the 8x8, but I find the 5-inch needle is fine. Darning needles, you can get plastic or you can get the metal. I prefer the metal because it slides through the yarn better. And sometimes you do need a crochet hook. And I said scissors. So those are your basic tools: a loom and the various needles, crochet hook, and scissors.